Welcome back to Tread on Sports. Hope you got that question right. Less than 100,000 people in Albuquerque. I can't imagine it. They shut the lights off on us in the track, so we had to come out here into the lobby. But we're still going to catch up with Coach Neal and see what he had to say about his team's performance at the Save Mart Center in Fresno.
In the home stretch, 2 weeks left, 3 games. So I thought our guys gave great effort at Fresno. I just didn't think our offense was as fluid as it had been in a couple games before. Really proud of the guys, though, because with everything they've had to deal with, they've won 7 of the last 10, which is really good. We've done really well on the road, and we've played a little bit better at home like we did against Boise. So we're looking forward to the Colorado State game. I think the biggest thing that we have to improve on to go forward and get to where we need to go as a team, I think if you look at our 3 losses or 6 losses, or it's whatever I think if you look at them, we've been giving up 40 points in the second half. And when you do that, that's hard for us. So we have to get better defensively in the second half of games. So that's a thing where guys are playing new roles, guys are playing different minutes, guys are having new assignments. We're playing defense differently, not playing as much zone, different pick and roll coverages, guys in different spots. So it's a work in progress.
In his statement, Coach went on to say that even with the loss, his team is still in good shape to challenge for the Mountain West regular season championship and is getting ready for Colorado State the following day.
The Colorado State game is going to be a challenge. Clavel's playing really, really well, and Manuel's a really good player. He's scoring it at a high clip. He's 11 rebounds a game, 17 points, shooting a 3 well, not posting as much, but they're not getting as much transition points as they have in the past because they've got 7 guys. Nixon is a tremendous guard, so we'll have our work cut out, but I think our guys are ready and looking forward to it.
Keeping with the Colorado State theme, Coach was asked what he was going to tell his team about keeping their emotions in check in what many people are expecting to be a highly emotional and hotly contested game.
No, and I haven't talked to him about it. It's another. We're going forward. I'm not going to look back.
Okay.
I mean, it does no good to look back. It does no good for us to talk about it. It does us no good to dwell on it. It was an unfortunate situation for both schools, and we're going forward. At least this school is. I don't know what they're doing.
Once the emotions were covered, Coach was asked if he was going to address his team and explain the significance of this game and how it could relate to seeding in the Mountain West Conference tournament next month.
Well, I just think there's pretty good teams. I know there's great coaches, so I think there's teams that can win on any given night. I think the unique thing is if you go back over the last few years on scheduling in our conference, and I think there's a pretty good antidote to why there's been certain league champions and certain teams that have been seeded where they were in a tournament and what's happened with the tournament. That you have to take a serious look at. But this year, I just think there's a very good pool of talent. I think there's a very good pool of teams, and I think anybody can beat anybody on any given day, and I think that's shown. I think that's happened to us twice at home, and I think it's shown that people that have won games in the league this year and won games on the road this year. So I think it's been pretty balanced just because I think the teams, everybody can say what they want about our leagues down. I don't believe in that. I just think that it is what it is. And we have to accept that.
That does it for Coach Neal, but we still have Coach Bradbury coming up. And he was asked if he thought Charisse was going to be the outstanding do-it-all player she is when he took the job.
I didn't know. I didn't really know the personnel, of the team. But after we practiced for a while, it was clear she was, probably one of our better players. Yeah, and as it's progressed, I think she's grown, and I think she's a lot more comfortable. Her maturity level has went way up. I think we coach her extremely hard, and that was something that she wasn't used to. Now she is.
That was a very illuminating and thoughtful answer from Coach Bradbury. Then he was asked how his team has performed in his first year here in the Mountain West Conference.
Yeah, I didn't know what to expect because I didn't really know the league that well. I think we've played at least as good as we could play, probably over our heads a little bit. The thing that we've always done with teams that I've had and had when we've been successful is don't lose to anybody below you. And it's always hard to beat the good ones. But if you look, we've beaten everybody, and swept them. The Utah State, the Nevada Air Force, San Jose, those are the people behind us. I don't think I'm missing anybody, because you look at it, the really good ones, top half is going to be Colorado State, Wyoming, Boise, UNLV. Okay, well, those four other than those four, like we've won the rest of them. And so that will allow you to have a successful season. And then once you get a good enough team, now you start beating those guys.
That's going to do it for this episode of Tread on Sports, where we came to you from somewhere here in the Convention Center at the end. Be sure to tune in next week to see how the Mountain West Conference Indoor Track and Field Championships ended and get results from that Colorado State game that many people are excited about. Thanks for watching.
This has been Tread on Sports. Highlights from recent Lobo games, plus coaches' comments and player reactions. Tread on Sports is an original production of Dana TV in cooperation with ProView Sports Channel 26.